Law school is a long journey of failures and triumphs. I didn't pass the bar exam on my first try, but that didn't stop me from chasing my dream. It's not about how many times you fail, but about how many times you get up and keep going. It's funny how, at the start of law school, everyone talks about passing the bar like it's just something you do. You go to school, study hard, take the exams, and, boom, you become a lawyer. But nobody really talks about the struggle, the sleepless nights, the self-doubt, and the sheer exhaustion you're going to face along the way. I remember walking into my first day of law school. I had my dream set: get through school, pass the bar, and help people. But as the years went by, reality kicked in. Law school wasn't just about reading cases and knowing theories. It was about staying up until 3 a.m. studying, trying to keep your head above water, and feeling like you couldn't do enough no matter how hard you tried. I went through all the typical law school struggles, studying for hours, barely getting enough sleep, trying to balance life with the pressure of always being on. But honestly, it was all worth it when you thought about the end goal, the bar exam. I spent months preparing for that moment, doing everything I could. It wasn't just a test of knowledge, it was a test of endurance. The bar exam was where everything I had learned and sacrificed over the years would come together. Or so I thought. The day of the bar exam came, and I was a bundle of nerves. I had studied as much as I could, but I wasn't sure if it was enough. When I walked into that exam room, I had this sense of dread hanging over me. The questions were brutal. They were nothing like what I expected, and halfway through, I realized I was drowning. I kept telling myself to push through, but doubts kept creeping in. What if I wasn't enough? What if I failed? The exam ended, and all I could do was wait. Waiting for results felt like an eternity. When the results were finally out, my heart was pounding in my chest. I knew something wasn't right. When I saw my name wasn't on the list, I couldn't breathe. The tears came, not because I hadn't expected it, but because of how much I had poured into this. I had given up weekends, missed out on family gatherings, and put my life on hold to get here. And now, I wasn't a lawyer yet. That feeling of failure was suffocating. I felt like I had let everyone down, my family, my friends, and, most of all, myself. For days, I couldn't shake off the disappointment. There were moments when I thought about giving up, about walking away and finding something else to do with my life. The dream of becoming a lawyer felt so far out of reach. But then, something inside me told me not to give up. Yes, I had failed. Yes, it hurt more than I could explain. But I wasn't the only one. Many had failed their first try. I wasn't alone in this. Law school wasn't about winning every battle, it was about perseverance, about getting back up when life knocks you down. So, I made the decision to try again. I picked myself up, dusted off the disappointment, and told myself that I wasn't done yet. The next year, I prepared harder, with more focus and a stronger resolve. I wasn't just studying to pass, I was studying to prove to myself that I could do it, that I could overcome anything life threw my way. The journey wasn't easier the second time around, but it was filled with purpose. I knew that I had to keep going. And when the day finally came and I saw my name on the list of passers, it was like all the weight had been lifted off my shoulders. I had done it. It wasn't easy, but I had made it. It felt like every sacrifice had finally paid off. But the one thing that I will always remember, the one thing that made it all worth it, wasn't just the victory, it was the resilience. The fact that I didn't give up after my first failure. The fact that I fought for my dream, even when everything seemed impossible. The fact that I knew I could pick myself up and try again, no matter how hard it was. The bar exam wasn't just about passing a test, it was about proving to myself that no matter how many times I fell, I could always get up again. So if you're struggling with your dream, remember this: failure isn't the end. It's just a lesson in disguise. Keep going, keep fighting, and one day, you'll reach your destination.